Howdy, 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 folks. Today is going to be a rapid review of Brian Kelley's debut solo EP, Wave Pack. This video was supposed to be out a few days ago, but I could not organize my thoughts, and my gosh, is it a bad time to hit a wall. Everyone and their brother is releasing an album over these next few months. Just this week alone, we got Eric Church, Tristan Merez. Next week is Eric Church again, Thomas Rhett in a few weeks, Alan Jackson, Miranda Lambert, Justin Moore. Everyone's putting out music, so I gotta keep the train moving. So today, Brian Kelley, Wave Pack. I'm going to try to move quickly with this one because I've wasted too much time overthinking the presentation and organization of this video. So this is going to be a little all over the place compared to my normal reviews, but these are my thoughts on the new EP. On the whole, the content itself is decent, but it's the potential to grow and expand that really has me excited. We've heard people like Jake Owen, the early Zac Brown band, and most famously Kenny Chesney. We've heard them do their beach country thing, but Brian just seems to have a different energy with him. Do I think the Wave Pack is better than the beach country artists I just named? No, but Brian's just feels different, and in an industry as jam-packed and saturated as music, being unique is impressive. It's hard to review this EP because every track is so drastically different, so we're just going to go track for track. We'll go from my favorite to least favorite, which is also just the order of the tracks. Kicking it off with Beach Cowboy, which is my favorite by a decent stretch. I like the sophistication, the energy, and charm Brian brings on this track. Despite this track maybe not being a lyrical masterpiece, I enjoy the lyrics more than something like Party on the Beach, because Beach Cowboy at least has an idea behind it. Not necessarily a story, but like the opening chapter of a story where Brian announces his entrance. It's his big I'm here moment, and he couldn't have done it in a more intriguing, enjoyable fashion. I like the confidence and boastful attitude he brings. I can talk about the lyrics and production separately, but it's really the way they play off each other on this track that makes it so good. When Brian mentions a lasso, we get a cool little whip sound. Just after that whip sound, we also get one of my favorite lines in the whole project. I'm gonna lasso me a spicy margarita. Bartender, make it 2 for me and 1 for Senorita. The way he rides the snappy, almost salsa-like rhythms and finds such smooth ways to deliver lines like that is nothing short of impressive. I also just like in the chorus how he says, "It's your boy BK." I can see people disliking it or finding the chorus of this one a little cringy, but personally I like the swagger it's got going. There's a really badass, almost Western Mexican guitar we get playing throughout. It just feels distant and sophisticated, which I like. We get some mandolins, some ambience in the background. It gives the track a thicker atmosphere. I need to move on for the sake of time, but man, Beach Cowboy is like genuinely one of my favorite tracks to come from 2021 so far. You guys can hate me for it, but it's true. I just love how out there it is and how well done it is. To clarify, Break It Kinda Guy by Eric Church is also out there, but it sucks. Beach Cowboy, on the other hand, is way out there, but in my opinion, they could not have nailed the head. But in my opinion, they could not have hit the head. But in my opinion, they could not have hit the nail on the head harder. Beach Cowboy, on the other hand, it's way out there, but they couldn't have hit the nail on the head harder. Made by the Water is probably the most country song being offered here. The production goes down easy on this one. There's a subtle trap beat layered under the percussion, which I can't say I'm big on. Thankfully, it's subtle, but still there. Outside of the trap beat, there's nothing great or terrible about the production. Overall, it's just very breezy and fits the vibe quite well. Personally, it's the lyrics that nudge this one above Party on the Beach. I like how the phrase "Made by the Water" always carries a slightly different meaning simply by how he transitions into the chorus. Sipping on a drink made by the water. Baby, if you ask me, we got it made by the water. Spending the night on a beach chair bed made by the water. And of course, the chorus, there's gonna be some love made by the water. Like I said, it's not as beachy as I think it should have been, but it's got a breezy feel that's easy to get behind, and I can see this one being the biggest hit. And the songwriting, though nothing groundbreaking, it's appealing and clever at times, and I can appreciate that. Party on the Beach is a mixed bag for me. I love the sound of this song. It's got the most organic beachy sound. The percussion on this thing slaps. Brush drums complemented by some ukulele and acoustic guitars. Despite the percussion being dynamically lighter, it's still most definitely present in the mix, nearly at the forefront, but I don't mind it. It's similar to how I feel about Sugar by Ernest, where the percussion really adds to the energy the song is going for. Lyrically though, this song falls kind of flat for me, but I can appreciate the beach puns and analogies everywhere. There's so many fun lines found everywhere on this track, like one of my favorite lines, "Every flip-flopping day of the week." That one just sits really well with me. There's so many clever lines in here that I love, and pair that with some really pleasing production, you've got a decent track. The only reason this song falls below Made by the Water is because I think the concept of the song itself is quite bland. Like, it's a party on the beach. That's it. And as well, there are times where I find the play on words just seem a little cheesy or overdone, like in the first chorus when he says, "Dogs on the grill, dogs off the leash." I don't know. For what it is, a fun, good time, sing-along beach tune, it does the job really well. But under a critical light, at least my critical light, it's nothing crazy, but I can definitely respect the funny songwriting, and it's got a really nice sound, so. Sunday Service in the Sand is easily my least favorite. The song is just scrambled and really lacks direction. It's about having a moment with God, but then you slap this heavy synthetic production, give it some brutally vague pandering lyrics about the beach, and you've got a darn mediocre track. It's just so lukewarm it almost bothers me, especially coming from the opener Beach Cowboy. The edge of this project just seems to get duller and duller as the track list went on. It's like Church in a Chevy by Jordan Davis, but not very well done. I'm not going to sit here and rant about how I don't really like this song because, as I said in the intro, I don't have time to be negative. I don't want to be negative. So some closing thoughts. Despite Brian's voice not exactly being the eighth wonder of the world, I thought he did a really good job at bringing as much energy as he could to his performances. These songs are fun, and it's partly due to the energy and attitude he brings to the tracks. I just hope moving forward we get more sophisticated Beach Cowboy style songs where he throws an edge on his songs. Just add a little bit of spice to it. Lyrically, I love all the beachy imagery that's found everywhere. The specific details aren't just palm trees and blue water or sunsets. We get fun words like Senorita, tiki bars, sailor's delight, and many more. This album is just fun, and there's most definitely a place for that in music. I really need to wrap this up. I gotta get a move on the abundance of music, but those are my messy thoughts on this new EP from Brian Kelley. Overall, I enjoyed it a fair bit. It's not exactly what I was expecting, but I can appreciate it, and I'm definitely looking forward to where he goes from here. As I already said, Beach Cowboy, really liking that one. But yeah, Instagram, Discord are in the description. Like the video, subscribe, share, and have an amazing freaking day.